Hi, I'm Jeff Flathau, the Cookie Man. I've been in the food business for over 30 years, and one thing I can tell you for certain, you never know what's coming around the bend. While it's the food that may have brought you to our show, it's the people and their stories that'll keep you coming back for more. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Welcome to another episode of That's the Way the Cookie Crumbles. I'm Jeff Flathau. I'm here with a friend of mine, Damaris, and we're at the Petal Children's Task Force. We're going to talk to Damaris today about her life, what she does, what the task force does, and we hope you enjoy the show. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Tell us first, Damaris, where were you born?
I was born here in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I've lived in Petal all my life.
So after school, what did you do? What did you start in your work?
I thought I wanted to be a nurse, because I love taking care of people. But then I thought, and so when I went to school, then I was offered a job at Forest General Hospital. So I worked there at night and went to school during the day. Tough, but I was going to do it. And then all my friends were making money and I wasn't. And then all of a sudden, Pine Belt Savings and Loan offered me a position, a great position. And I thought, I'm going to take it. So I quit everything. So I didn't do anything other than work, but I worked. And then it was in 1989 that two families needed help for Christmas. And that's where I thought, this is where my life needs to go. But in the meantime, since I got married, I stayed home and raised two boys. I worked part-time at USM, and then I eventually went full-time after the boys were grown. People ask me, what do you do? And I say, I'm a janitor, and that's the truth. I still clean. I clean here at the task force.
Your family has business as well besides this, the Service Master.
My husband and I own Service Master and Express Time Solutions.
How did the task force come about? How did that start and when?
Oh, well, in 1989 at Christmas, there was two families that needed help. They did not have any means of support for food, much less toys. So Jesse Rowell and I got together and we said, what are we going to do? And I told Jesse, we're going to ask friends for some money. We're going to put money in ourselves too. We're going to support these families, and we're going to give them, we're going to get toys, not many, toys for the kids, and we're going to provide food. Nourishment is the biggest thing.
Right.
So we did that. It started, the next year got bigger, so we thought, we got to see what we can do. So we started the Petal Children's Task Force, which we're a 501c. We used to do children only 15 years and younger. At 15, you could get a job. We provided food boxes, and it wasn't much. It's more a bag because we didn't have means of support. We did toys at Christmas time, but we have since then dropped toys because we are the food bank now. But we try to make sure the families are got nourishment and got the food that they really need. If the mother can cook for her children, we put stuff in there for the children. We make sure we got peanut butter and jelly and everything. It was 2012. Two people came to me in the city of Petal and said there is a building at 314 South George Street. Asbury Church owns this building. It has to be go to a nonprofit. It can't be a retail store. And they used to have the Lighthouse Mission. That's why it's called the Lighthouse out there. So they wanted to know if the task force would move from the school down to here because we were in the school. And we moved down here, and ever since then it's been wide open. We moved from the school after the 2005 Katrina. And we moved down here when Chuck Harrell and Andy Stoddard asked if we wanted this building because it cannot be for retail. Their only stipulation, since we only help children 15 and younger, would we help elderly? And we were eager to do that. So we help now everybody in the Petal School District.
Anybody that's hungry.
Anybody that's hungry.
In the Petal School District.
In the Petal School District. You do have to show proof of income, and you do have to have 2 pieces of current mail and a photo ID when you come in to get a box. That way we can monitor who is getting our boxes too, because we do charity tracker, and I can tell you everywhere you've been if you're in the system.
Do you have any idea how much you do a year or a month, or what
Yeah.
you guys are
We
giving out?
we usually do around 450 families a month, and it's around 1,265 to 1,400 individuals. We have 61 homeless.
And that's in a month.
It's in a month.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, for one
And
place.
people don't think we have homeless. We do have some people who do not have a home to live in.
Well, this building's fantastic. I hate to say it. I've donated before, but I hadn't been in it. And
Yeah.
it's very clean. It's very well organized. The staff is very friendly.
Yeah, we've got a lot of volunteers. Without our volunteers, we could not make this place go, because I can't stay here, try to raise money, and do the office work. There's no way.
A lot of people don't realize, I mean, that there's still a hunger problem, even though with the government programs and this and that, which are all fine and dandy. But this, obviously, it needs to be supplemented. It looks like the people that came in earlier felt comfortable coming in, and that they were treated very well. When you get down on your luck, which we all do, you want to still have your dignity, and so I think
Exactly.
that's important too.
And we don't want anybody to feel ashamed to have to come in, because we know you're not coming in just go hip ho, I get a box. You're coming in because you got to have food.
Yeah.
And we get to love on them, we get to minister to them. And if there is a need for something, we want to make sure we're there. If we can fulfill that, that would be great. It might be with food. It might be they just want to talk. They cry to us, tell us their problems. And that's what we're here for. We're here to listen.
You see more elderly or older people coming in the last year with the COVID?
Our elderly were scared to get out during the heat of the COVID, you
Yeah.
know. They would call, they'd ask could someone come get their box for them, that they got their mail and everything, and we would let that go, because I'd rather them stay indoors and not get COVID
Yeah.
than come out and risk their health, because people, and elderly's, their risk was higher.
Right.
As you saw when you drove up, there are elderly coming in,
Do you ever see maybe kids or younger people that you help in years prior, and do you see them later on in life as they move and become, get out of that,
Yeah.
that situation that they may have been in, and do they ever come back and thank you? Do you ever see them around town? Or
We did have a guy that came in, and he was down on his luck. Actually, he was a homeless guy, and he was looking for a job. He got a job at the Bimbo Bread Company. He was in Brookhaven. Some Junior Food Marks had overbought in bread, had ordered and everything, and it was fresh bread. They didn't know what they were going to do with it. And he asked his boss, could I donate that bread to an organization that helped me in Petal?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy said, sure. They rented a truck, and he drove it over here and brought that bread to us.
That's fantastic.
I know, and he said, y'all help me, and I just want to help y'all in return. And we thought, oh, that is so nice,
That's
you know.
heartwarming, yeah.
And we've got people that come in, and like if we've got stuff like bananas and things that'll go bad, and some of the lady, she'll take them and she'll bring us a loaf of banana nut bread that she
Yeah.
made. They just want to return, say thank you for what you do, and we enjoy that.
You probably affect a lot more people than come back and thank you, obviously.
Oh, yes,
How many do you
yeah.
have in a day average just come in?
Around 30 to 35 boxes.
Yeah. Are you open on weekends or
Yeah,
Monday?
just Monday through Friday.
And so what are the hours?
Well, we just changed February the 1st. We're open 9 to 2:30, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. On Tuesdays, we're open from 9 to 5:30 to give the people that do have a job. So Mary felt in her heart that, hey, I can stay to 5:30. So we changed the hours, and we're playing with that to see how it works out.
As far as like regulations, you have to be set up as a 501c, and then are you regulated by the state, or is it pretty much?
We are a 501c3. We are a nonprofit. We don't get taxed on our food. So if people donate money, I can go buy food and I don't pay tax on it.
Right.
We only handle food now, and we do have some jackets and toiletry items for the homeless. But for say, we are set up with Mississippi Food Bank, and we can buy at Mississippi Food Bank one item we pay for, 3 items we can get free. So it's 1 to 3 ratio. So, but on a USDA item, I cannot deny anybody that walks in the door if they need food. I cannot deny them USDA. But Mississippi Food, Christian Services help us. E&B Grocery has started to help us. We get donations from Walmart 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The Petal Walmart we get to pick up, and we will get dry goods. We'll get produce, mostly produce from them. Most of the time, if you're getting the box, you get meat, you get the big box of food, and you also get the extras too.
This is year number
31.
31. And I didn't realize that.
31 years,
I did not know that. I thought it was more recent.
And I actually have not been down here all 31 years. I would manage it and work. I used to work for the newspaper, and that's where I went to start the Petal newspaper, And then after that,
I think that's where I met you.
Yeah.
That and through tennis.
But I used to work for the city. I ran when the Civic Center first opened up. I ran the Civic Center, and then after that, I decided I'd sell real estate. Till you have to work every weekend, and David didn't like it when we were going to sit down for a meal at after church, and somebody called and wanted to see a house. Now people are starting to hear about the Petal Children's Task Force. I'll donate to that, but we're not federally funded, state funded, or anything like that.
So how can people help? How can they help you? Reach you and get you some money or food or whatever?
Money would be great because I can buy food but not be taxed. We're at 314 South Georgia Street in Petal, Mississippi. It's the Petal Children's Task Force.
Is there an email or a website?
It's petalchildrenstaskforce.org, and Children's has an S on it, petalchildrenstaskforce.org, and there's a donate button. You can go to our Facebook page and you can donate through there. Or you can just call. We can take a credit card over the phone, and take it that way.
Any way to get it in. Tell us what's in the plans for your future. You're still a young lady, so you've got a lot.
Well, since I'm 67 years old, I'm not that young.
You don't look.
But I know that the board and I we've talked about that because it said, "Oh gosh, what are we going to do? You can't leave," because I'm here, there, everywhere. As long as God gives me the energy, I have no plans. Mary is, we just been able to get a grant to get a salary for her, So that relieves me. But like we have the 5K run coming up, and with our 5K run, I'm out trying to get the money and everything. So it's kind of hard to be here out getting money. So I'm torn or buying food.
Yeah.
So, but long as God gives me the energy, I guess I'll keep going. I can't stay home.
No, I know you can't. No, that would be the end for
and my
you.
husband and I do travel in our RV, so we get to get away.
Yeah, well, that's good. You need to. You do something like this, and it takes a lot out of you. It's busy. You see, you help people, but you also see the problems, and sometimes that wears on you emotionally, and that drains you.
You should have seen me yesterday.
Tell us about the run real quick.
It's February the 13th of this year. It's a week from Saturday. We do the 5K run, the 2-mile walk. It's at the Petal Civic Center. We have, it is a run for Pine Belt Pacers, all these runners that are active runners. It is for them. They will get credit for it. Audrey does our Pine Belt Pacers. She does our timing and everything. There's door prizes. Waffle House will feed you afterward. And we got a lot of nice door prizes. And actually, I want to thank you because you do a lot of door prizes for us too.
Well, I'm glad to do it. I don't do much. It's a small part. I look in here and I'm like, I don't do enough, I guess, but we do.
Your rice and beans every month means so much to us.
We're glad to do it. It's a small thing. Want to give to somebody that is going to take care of some people, then you can trust this lady here, Damaris. You can kind of tell by just listening to the interview what kind of person she is. It takes a lot, of energy and time and effort and to do something like this, and I commend her for it. And I'm glad we can do a little bit. I've really enjoyed. This is a little different than having a restaurateur or a food manufacturer, but this really goes to the heart of why we all do things after we're successful. We want to try to help someone else, and this is exactly what that is right here with Damaris Lee and the task force. So thank you guys, and thank you.
Thank you for having me.
That's a wrap.
Good job.
All right.
Great, yeah.